This is the one set 5 million years in the future.
With the destruction of the planet Earth.
A madcap bunch of aliens.
And some toxic, tainted love.
It's called The End of the World.
Here we go.
We're still on our endless voyage, all through time and all through space.
With Levine and angels now, Daleks, Cybers, and dude, wow!
Tennant, Smith and Eccleston, Gallifrey, where it all began.
Doctor Who is cool again, that was Russell's master plan.
Who back when? Reviewing all new Who there is. Who back when?
Subscribe and rate on iTunes, please.
Rose and Donna, Amy Pond, Rory, Martha and beyond. Join us on this odyssey, what other choice could there be than Who back when? Who back when?
Hello, and welcome to episode N002 of Who Back When, a Doctor Who podcast. I am Pumpkin, and joining me today is JD.
Hello.
How you doing, JD?
I'm fine, thank you.
Everything rad and awesome?
Everything is rad and awesome. Everyone who has listened to us on Twitter knows we're recording these two back to back.
Yep. Yes, we.
You're just pretending we're not, aren't you?
No, I'm just being a decent chap. Anyway, today we are reviewing the second episode of the Doctor Who revival, the Eccleston episode, The End of the World.
The first time Rose Tyler gets to go into the future.
Yeah, well, into any time besides her own.
But she doesn't yet travel to another planet.
No, not yet, but she does leave the Earth.
Barely.
Okay, yeah, barely.
As we will come on to very, very soon. Shall we jump right into our bite-sized chunk of Who?
It's B-Scout time. Bite-sized chunk of Who. Kablamo.
The Doctor and Rose travel into the far-flung future.
Where they land on a space station watching the death of Earth.
But the shields are down, and everyone is going to die.
The Doctor and Rose must now find the traitor responsible.
And save the day.
B-Scout done. You're welcome. Okie dokie. We start off pretty amazing, actually. But at the same time, it's a little bit of a what the fuck moment, because Rose has just learned, we found out, the end of the episode, Rose, she's just learned that it's a time machine, not just a space travel machine. And the Doctor goes, so where do you want to go? She goes, let's go 100 years into the future. He takes her 100 years into the future. And she's like, nah, I'm not interested.
Fiddle.
Yeah, no, not at all. I'm literally not even gonna roll down the window and have a peek.
Let's go to the new Roman Empire.
12,005 AD. Once again, whatever, I've probably seen more interesting shit in my boring job as the chick who takes the lorry money to H.P. Wilson. Don't need to see it. What? Obviously you would sneak a peek. But instead, what does he do?
5.5 Apple 26.
Yeah, /Apple. It's fantastic. This is the most amazing. I love this bit. There's another year later on in the episode as well, or another time, whatever, where he says, I can't remember, it's the steward. He says, it's not Apple, it's something else, it's some other word. And
I can't remember.
Whatever it is, it's hilarious. Okay, so he now takes it to the year 5.5 /Apple /26, which is the exact point in time when the sun is, well, allowed to expand and subsequently kablamo the Earth into oblivion.
Welcome, Rose, to the end of the world.
Yeah, by the way, my note is, ipso facto, thank goodness there's still a bit of douchebag left in the dock. This is, psychologically speaking, this is such a major act of douchebaggery on the part of Eccleston. Do you not agree with me?
No, I think he's trying to impress her.
Well, yeah, he is trying to impress her, but he's not thinking like, okay, she's going to be shocked regardless, right? He could take 100 years into the future and she would still be super duper impressed, but let's instead take her completely out of her comfort zone to a place where she has a view of her comfort zone being pulverized. Amazing.
Pre-title sequence.
Pre-title sequence.
Not a usual thing for Doctor Who.
Oh, that's true. That is true, isn't it?
This is the first one. Oh, well, it's the first one in New Who, of which we'll have one pretty much all of the time now.
Yeah. I was going to say, we have one in the next one.
Yes. Well, no, it will have one pretty much all of the time now.
Okay.
But Classic Who was incredibly rare. It used to have title sequence, recap of last episode, straight into new episode.
Oh, okay.
So only a very few, like Ambassadors of Death from Pertwee and that sort of thing, and Inferno, had pre-title sequences. There weren't many.
Okay. Fantastically impressed by the fact that you can just drop episode names for specific episodes that lack the pre-title sequence. Awesome. Totally awesome. Very, very impressive. Anyway, okay, so now they are in space. They are aboard a space station that looks very much like Babylon 5, at least from the angle that we're seeing. In fact, it looks like a crucifix, but from the angle that we're seeing it from this first time around, it's exactly like Babylon 5. It's this massive space metal vagina, and we've got spaceships just docking inside of it.
The special effects in this episode are a quantum ton better.
Yeah. Would you say that they're out of this world?
No.
Okay.
I bring seriousness and fun to this podcast.
Seriousness and fun,
Sometimes.
but nothing in between. Okay, all right.
I don't do the middle ground.
No, fantastic special effects.
It's special effects compared to Rose.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it's the Mill that did them, and they would go on to do quite a few.
Okay.
It is stunningly good special effects.
Super nice. And the sets as well. Amazing set design. Okay, not amazing set design because they're actually relatively plain, but they're clearly like these huge sound stages.
Oh no, it is amazing set design, right? Just because they're plain,
Okay, fine.
doesn't make it bad design.
No, okay, sorry. I should say that. They're not elaborate. They're not amazing in that sense, but they are amazing in terms of grandeur and in terms of like the obvious amount of pound sterling that have been pumped into them.
Well, exactly. We had come from an episode of Rose, which is set on Earth, which is in a department store, in a basement, in a restaurant. Yeah. And previously in Classic Who, we'd gone into things which were obviously very small sound stages, the size of this room.
Yeah.
And we've gone on to proper American-style filming of things that are meant to look like the things that they're meant to be.
I know. Yeah.
And this is great.
Agreed.
This actually has a budget. This isn't £5.50 with wobbly walls and looks like Neighbours set. Rose realises the Doctor's been a complete bastard and brought her to the death of Earth, and she's a bit upset.
Yeah. She gets a phone call now, right? Or is that later on? Oh, maybe that's later on.
I thought it was later on.
Oh, okay. No, sorry. First, they are joined by a blue alien. This blue dude with a third eye turns up and actually utters the words, "What the hell?" He goes, "What the hell are you doing here?"
And welcome to the first use of a swear word in Doctor Who.
Oh, wow. Well done.
Or that level of swear word.
Yeah. I'm assuming we get no F-bombs in Doctor Who.
Only on this podcast.
Okay. He turns up, and also, it may not be in this scene, maybe in a later scene, but we also get an explanation of what we on Who Back When hitherto have been referring to as the TARDIS translation matrix, but which Eccleston explains is a telepathic field.
Yeah, Rose will ask, and is only the second companion ever to ask.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who was the first one?
Sarah Jane Smith.
Well done.
Elizabeth Sladen. May she rest in peace. May she rest in peace. But it was a weird... in that episode, it was that that hinted to Sarah Jane Smith's possession, because she was asking a question which was out of the usual for her.
Okay.
This is the first time that anyone has actually asked the question seriously.
How can they speak English? Oh, no, yes. It's not that. And she also... This is awesome.
And it's the first true explanation we've ever got.
Yeah, and also her reaction to that explanation is very legit. Like she goes, "Wait, hang on, your machine gets into my brain and you didn't even think to tell me about this or ask me about it."
It's a genuine reaction.
Yeah, no, it's perfectly valid. To be honest, like the vibes that I get from it are like, wait, hang on, the NSA checking out our Facebook account. Like it's an invasion of privacy, and Rose is not amused. Very cool. Even though, gotta say, chronologically speaking, I think this actually happens later on in the episode.
It does, but we've discussed it now.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, they go to meet a group of aliens.
Wait, hang on, another first. Psychic paper.
Yes, the psychic paper.
Yeah, bingo bongo.
Let's get... It's another plot device. It's the sonic screwdriver.
Yeah, but it's such a good thing.
Let's get the plot out of the way so we don't have to worry about explaining who we are. Move on.
Yeah.
Great way. That's what the sonic screwdriver is in Eccleston's era.
Okay.
Until by the time Matt Smith's last few episodes...
Wait, hang on, we don't get an explanation for the sonic screwdriver this time around, do we?
No, but by the time...
We get the telepathic field and we get the psychic paper, and those two are awesome. It's like, wait, hang on, let's just get this over and done with.
Yeah.
Let's not have people bug us about aliens speaking English anymore. Let's just do this now.
Exactly.
Right.
But the sonic screwdriver, by the time Matt Smith's final episodes come around, is being used to do everything.
Yeah.
At this point, in Eccleston's things, it is used to open doors.
Yeah, and reprogram computers.
Right, it's fine. It's not getting to the point of where it is a Deus Ex Machina.
He doesn't use it to take readings.
No.
Who started that? Was that Tennant who started that?
Yeah, but mainly Matt.
Okay.
But ultimately, it's not a Deus Ex Machina at this point.
No.
It's still a plot device to open doors to stop them from being trapped places.
Which is, I'm going to say, much better.
Oh, I agree totally. I'm hoping
good.
Capaldi just doesn't use it.
Yeah, even though I don't mind it being used to take readings. Like, it's basically substituted the tricorder in a way. It's the tricorder meets the phaser.
But being able to do anything.
Yeah, that's what annoys me. That's the shitty bit. But okay, fine, doesn't matter.
So Rose and the Doc go and meet a group of aliens. aliens.
Yeah, a lot of them.
The trees from the Forest of Cheam.
Yeah, the blue dudes are from Crispallion, which is the part of the What-No-Who Brigade.
The Moxa Balloon.
Yep.
The Adherents of the Repeated Meme.
Which is an awesome name. Okay, yeah.
The sponsor, Captain Jack Harkness.
Yes.
Or as we call him in this episode.
Massive spoiler.
The face of Bo.
The face of Bo. Massive spoiler.
And
we got two lizard dudes whose names I don't remember. I think they're referred to as like the inventors of some sort of traveling machine. We get two guys who look exactly like stormtroopers wearing Jedi robes. We get two eagle dudes, and we get two large-headed people from the city-state of Binding Light.
correct.
Oh, and we get the last human, quote-unquote, Lady Cassandra O'Brien Delta 17.
Zoe Wanamaker as Cassandra.
Nice.
They've managed to get an incredibly good British actress.
I don't know who she is, by the way.
Zoe Wanamaker.
No, who's that? Yes, I'm not lying to you. I can see the the disbelief in your face. Who is Zoe Wanamaker?
She's a very, very famous British actress.
Mm-hmm.
She's been in a lot.
Okay, such as?
Okay. She was in the Harry Potter films. She was the Quidditch master in Harry Potter. She has done a number of comedy shows.
Okay.
She is one of these British sort of dames. She is one of these actresses that tends to be in a lot of these things.
Okay, I'm going to have to Google image search her. Clearly I have seen her in other stuff. I'll add an image to the website as well.
Yeah, she is a stunningly famous actor.
Yeah, sorry, dude, I did not grow up in this country. Whatever. The blue, three-eyed guy who uttered what the hell before. He is the steward of this space station, and we get to see a little bit of his office. His office looks exactly like Gary Oldman's office in The Fifth Element. I think we've
film, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we've had this conversation.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know British television. I don't know films. So it's fine.
Totally fair. Check out The Fifth Element. Awesome. When you see Gary
I do know
Oldman's
it's got
office,
one of my favourite actors in.
Bruce Willis?
Yes.
John McClane? He's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. John McClane is actually really good in The Fifth Element as well. Like, it's a legitimately good film. Check it out. Anyway, when you see Gary Oldman's office in that, you're going to go, that's the steward's office from End of the World. Anyway, where were we before? Right, they meet all the aliens. Okay, so...
And then Cassandra gives us an iPod.
Yes.
Otherwise known as a jukebox.
Yes. In fact, everyone is giving gifts to people. We have a few kind of sexy moments here, dude.
I give you the gift of air from my lungs.
Yeah, which is sexy only the first time that Eccleston does it to... Jabe, one of the...
Forests of Cheam.
Yeah, the whatever.
Trees.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and wait, hang on. Does she say later on in the episode that she is a direct descendant of the Amazon rainforest?
I think she does.
I'm pretty sure she does. So the entire Forest of Cheam evolved from Earth.
Why not?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's very cool. She's super hot, by the way. Anyway, sexy moment. He breathes on her. She goes, oh, that is so intimate. Oh my god, I cannot wait to get into your mouth.
And she gives him a cutting from her grandfather.
Yeah,
which is less sexy.
That is less sexy and very weird. Anyway, what are they called of the repeated meme?
The adherents are the repeated meme.
Yeah, let's just refer to them as Gersberms from now on.
I have no idea what that means.
Oh, that's a really fun meme.
Are they?
Yeah, do a Google search for Gersberms. Anyway, okay.
No, I know exactly what it is, having just realised and figured out your accent. Okay. Gersberms.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, I say Gersberms.
Do you know?
Yeah, because it's goosebumps that she's trying to say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gersberms.
Gersberms.
Anyway.
So Jabe breathes on the doctor breathes on Jabe.
Yeah, she gives him a cutting, blah, blah, blah. The Gersberms, they also... Everyone gives gifts, right? The Gersberms, they give everyone, including the Doc and Rose, these sort of silver orbs. And they even give the steward one.
Yes. Which will eventually turn out to be evil.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Super duper evil. But you were saying something about an iPod. Sorry.
Yes, the iPod.
We're jumping back and forth here. I'm really
sorry. iPod, which is, in fact, a 1960s jukebox.
Yeah. That weirdly plays mid-90s pop tracks.
And plays an anthem of Earth.
Yeah.
Which is Soft Cell's Tainted Love.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that's the first one they did.
And Rose, at this point, has just had it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She totally just freaks out and goes, I can't stand this anymore.
I'm just going to go somewhere.
And runs away.
Yeah. And the Doctor, by the way, does not care about this. I am very pleased that he is exhibiting this douchebaggery. She's clearly in shock. She's clearly not at ease. Clearly not comfortable. He just wants to hang out. In fact, he wants to hang out and flirt with Jabe. With the
Anyway, he does
chick.
leave, and Jabe scans him and is shocked by what she
Leaves,
finds.
does he?
He trees out. And Jabe scans him.
Yeah. Like, she's got this thing that looks like a Polaroid camera, takes a picture of him, but in fact she's checking out his DNA.
So then Rose has this nice conversation with a blue-collar worker who is doing maintenance.
Oh, is that the next thing? Yeah, maybe that's the next thing.
And frankly, they have a great little conversation. And it's just like a shop worker talking to an electrician.
She's a plumber, she's checking out there's something wrong with the pipes or whatever. There was something wrong with the water supply to the face of Beau's suite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anyway, so Rose eventually says goodbye.
Yeah.
And wanders off.
Yeah, but there is one interesting thing to this scene, I think, because she asks the blue chick, the plumber babe, she asks her, like, oh, do you work here? And the blue chick says, I need your permission to speak.
Yes.
And when she gives the permission, she's genuinely
quite happy.
She's so grateful.
Yeah.
And so, in fact, when they part ways, she once again says, thank you again for the permission. That's more than most people do. So I think the thing to remark on here is that Rose, being a representative of human culture from our time, is sort of morally superior to at least most of the people that visit these space stations.
She is our audience sort of viewpoint.
Yeah,
right?
Oh yeah, definitely. She's the ethical anchor.
Good girl.
Yeah.
If you've been listening to the audiobook reviews, she is basically Lucy Mellor.
Oh, totally.
You know, and they are the same character for all intents and purposes.
Oh, very much.
And she is nice. And that becomes very important later on. Not in this episode, but in other. She is nice.
Yeah.
You know, she may be chavvy shop girl, but she never forgets that that's what she is.
Yeah.
But no, and sadly, when Rose leaves, the blue-skinned electrician gets killed.
Yeah.
By a spider that comes from an orb.
Yeah, so these metal orbs that the Gersberms handed out, they contain essentially the metal spider robots from Minority Report. And there are a whole bunch of them inside the pipes. They're blocking the water supply in some weird fashion. And how exactly do you reckon they kill the electrician or the plumber? Oh yeah, actually, their feet are like knives, aren't they? So they like cut her into bits.
It's
Such a shame.
really.
It's really, she's such a likable character.
Yeah.
And super cute. Gotta say it. Got a thing for blue chicks.
So Rose is now having a conversation with the cutting for no apparent reason.
Oh,
Because
right.
she's a bit
Yeah,
miserable.
so she's sitting by herself somewhere.
And
out of her orb comes another spider thing as well. Crawls away.
She's about to be eaten, but the doctor turns off.
Yeah.
Unknowingly saves her.
This is the phone call scene.
Yes.
It is. Bingo. Bada
And
bing,
it's
bada boom.
also the scene where she asks about why the aliens all speak English.
Yes, you're right. Well done. Yeah. And we get another thing here as well. The Doctor clearly does not want to talk about his past or his origin. And later on, we get a little thing where he's actually referred to as a Time Lord, and he is, by Jabe. He puts his hand on hers, and there's this fantastically touching moment where it's, yes, I know, and now you know how sad my story is. And this is very much reflected in this scene with Rose.
And then Rose makes a phone call, and she phones her mum.
Yeah.
Nice,
because
normal
the
thing
Doctor,
to do.
finagles her phone.
But she phones her mum from before Rose, the episode Rose.
Exactly. Yeah.
Don't forget to put some money in the lottery syndicate.
Oh.
So indicating it is probably maybe the day or the day of Rose.
Yeah, you're right. And even though this this is meant to comfort her, in fact, after they've hung up, it's like, holy shit, my mum, she died 5 billion years ago. Yeah, like, this only serves to accentuate her anxiety.
And then the spacecraft starts to go horribly wrong.
Yeah. So, okay, I got a little point of contention here. Because we go back to Gary Oldman's office from Fifth Element.
Yeah.
And the steward is there, he's like making fantastically polite announcements on the tannoy. And then all of a sudden, he's on the radio, right, with his superiors, says, there's something aboard the ship, don't know what it is, I can tell that it's metal from the readings, whatever it is. You know what? I think they look like spiders, because at that point, a spider robot thingy is right in front of him, next to his keyboard. Here's the thing, okay? The spider thingy presses a button on the keyboard. That button controls the sun shield, or whatever it's called. The sun shield to his office is turned off. Kablamatron, all of a sudden he is fried. Within seconds, he is fried.
Yes.
So, by the way, his keyboard, the keys, they have no markings. They're just like completely solid colours. One of them, the corner one that you are very likely to accidentally press, directly controls whether or not you're going to live 2 seconds later. Why? Why would you have that as part of your regular keyboard? That's the dumbest thing in the world.
Unless it's a context-sensitive keyboard, which changes the meaning of the keys depending on what is happening around it.
Okay, that's possible. Still, just one key, dude.
It's stupid.
It is completely stupid.
So,
anyway, he's fried.
And then the doc goes off with Secretary Jabe.
Yeah. Do we, before that, however, get a conversation? I can't remember if this is now or if it's afterwards. We get a conversation between Rose and Cassandra.
Later on.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But now, Jabe and the doc are having a conversation, and Jabe says she doesn't know whether to call Rose the doctor's concubine, partner, wife, prostitute.
Oh, you're right. Wait, I got another thing to add to this one tiny little scene. Really, really sorry to cut you off. But this is like in the meeting room where all the aliens are.
Yeah.
And as we pan into the room, we pan past the face of Bo and Moxabalahoon?
Moxabaloon.
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 Balhoon, sorry. Should we have a soundbite?
Yeah. Let's have a soundbite.
Soundbite.
Indubitably, this is the Bad Wolf scenario.
Bingo. First Bad Wolf reference, right?
Correct.
Yeah, incorrect. However, first one I heard as well. I had to Google this.
No.
Apparently there's one in Rose.
There is not.
Apparently, according to Wikipedia, there's one in Rose. I didn't hear it.
There isn't one in Rose.
Okay.
Sorry, Wikipedia's wrong. A lot of people have retroactively assumed that the nesting consciousness at the end of Rose, in its blurping state, says the words Bad Wolf.
Oh, really?
It doesn't.
I'm pretty sure it says Time Lord
It
at one
says
point.
Time Lord.
Oh, really? That's it?
Yes.
Oh, no, it totally says Time Lord.
There is no Bad Wolf, because when Rose was written, Russell T hadn't decided on what was going on with this Bad Wolf.
Okay.
And then it just became a thing. But the Bad Wolf scenario with the Moxa balloons and the face of Bo is the first Bad Wolf mentioned Doctor Who.
That is pretty amazing.
But yes, everyone thinks it's in Rose.
I read it literally on the tube coming in.
No, because some people have tried to retroactively fit Bad Wolf into every episode.
Oh, really?
Which they...
Oh, that's rubbish.
It hadn't been invented by the time Rose was written and filmed. So that went on later on.
Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. Moxa Balhoon says it, and then Rose is referred to as a prostitute. She goes off in a huff.
And talks to Cassandra.
Bada bing, bada boom. We learn that Cassandra used to be a boy who grew up in the Deep South, correct?
Los Angeles crevasse.
Oh, really? Okay, sorry. For some reason I thought it was the Deep South. Okay.
Well, it might be by that point.
Oh, actually, yeah, you're right.
Cassandra says she's the last pure human left. She's basically the equivalent of a neo-Nazi skinhead at this point.
Oh, totally. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Skinhead. That is exactly what she is.
Yeah, basically Cassandra says that Rose is a bit too fat and could do with a bit of plastic surgery.
There's a little bit of a chin poking out of your face.
Now, Rose stormed off.
Yeah, by the way, oh, sorry to cut you off again, but the way that Rose treats Cassandra is deplorable.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. Because she is 5 billion years into the future. Cassandra is being a complete dickwad. I get that. I hate Cassandra as much as the next dude. But maybe a certain level of diplomacy and decorum is still called for. She's surrounded by aliens. She doesn't know how...
45 minutes ago, she was on Earth.
Yeah.
24 hours ago, she was working in a shop.
True.
She has not been taught diplomacy. She's been taught to speak her mind by slut-faced mother.
Yeah, but all the more reason to be careful now. All of a sudden, she's in the same room as two dudes with eagle heads.
Yeah, but...
I'd be kind of careful. I wouldn't raise my voice and call this 5 billion year, into the future, laminated human being a creep and a monster.
That's her opinion.
Yeah, but for shit's sake, for all she knows, she could be, transported out in an airlock or something. What the hell, man?
Yeah, but she doesn't take it into consideration. She's being the audience... She is saying what the audience wants her to say.
Yeah, okay, fine. Anyway, alright.
She's knocked unconscious and she's taken away.
Yeah, she's knocked unconscious by one of the Gershburns.
Correct.
Yeah. Cut to the Space Quest syndrome of the engine room. This is ridiculous. Please explain. I'm assuming you agree with me.
Jabe and the doc go to try and figure out what is going on.
Yeah.
They have actually a great conversation. And they talk about being, a descendant of the rainforest.
Yeah, we get the hand-on-hand scene as well.
Yeah, we Jabe knows and admits that she knows what the Doctor is. She doesn't say the word Time Lord at this point.
She says something, though.
She says she knows how much he's lost.
Oh, okay. So, clearly she knows where he's from.
And then he opens up the door into the giant fan corridor with the control panel at the end of the giant fan corridor.
Which is ridiculous.
What the actual fuck is going on here? Because
it's the engine room for a Space Quest. It is exactly that, except
I
instead
hope you
of
mean Galaxy Quest.
Oh, sorry, Galaxy Quest. Instead of
which I have seen.
Galaxy Quest, fantastic book. Instead of stompy things, you have these fan blades, which, by the way, look like they have blood on them, like someone ran through them.
So the way to deal with the shields is to go through the fan blades, which can only be controlled by a control panel on one side of the fan blade, which gets you to the shields on the other side of the fan blades. What the fuck are these fan blades doing at any point anyway? Because they're only blowing air backwards and forwards, not going up and down. This makes as little sense as you can possibly begin to imagine. Why the fuck is this happening?
Yeah, they're aimed at a wall. These fans are aimed... They are, in fact, between two walls. They're not like in the middle of a corridor blowing air through the corridor. They are between two walls. It's terrible engineering.
Cut to.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hang on. There's a spider in that room as well, we gotta mention.
Yeah, you find out that the spider's the one thing, sabotage.
Yeah, so now we know that, and also Jade throws some sort of weird root lasso at the spider,
Yes.
like catches it. Kinda hot, gotta say. Like...
Ultimately, Jade would make a great companion.
In more ways than one. She's very cool, she's got all these special skills and whatnot, but she is kind of frail.
Ish.
Well, let's not spoil it, we're gonna get there in probably about a minute, but yeah, stuff happens. If she were a constant companion of the Doctor's, he would have to, like, water her and shit. Even though, hang on, wait for it, just in a couple of weeks, or maybe a couple of months or something, Guardians of the Galaxy is coming out, there's a tree dude in that.
That is very true.
Yeah, that looks awesome, by the way. Anyway.
But bear in mind that Yasmin Bannerman, who plays Jade, will eventually appear in Torchwood. And she's in 2 of the Big Finish audios.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Eventually we will get.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, have we heard
We haven't heard it.
Okay.
So we cut to the hospitality area. So with all the aliens. And the jukebox is now playing
Toxic.
The traditional human ballad of Toxic by Britney Spears.
Yeah, which actually fits really well here. It's a nice kind of... We get an exterior pan of the spaceship or the space station while we hear the... I like it.
The Doctor and Jabe head to the steward's office, find that it's been sabotaged.
The steward is frying inside.
And then the Doctor finds that Rose is locked inside
like an observation
a viewing room.
Yeah, in fact, it looks very much like the viewing room where they
were originally.
Yeah, maybe it might even be the same one.
And the heat shield starts descending.
Yeah.
And they have this, will Rose die? No.
Obviously not. But also, this is ridiculous.
And the Doctor trying to reverse the sun shield.
Yeah.
And why is this ridiculous?
Well, it's ridiculous
I know you have this opinion.
Yeah, because the freaking sunlight, like, it's coming in at an exact straight line. It's hot enough to crack the concrete, or whatever, like, space concrete that this station is built out of. But as long as Rose keeps her head, like, a millimeter below it, it's fine. And then it keeps going, like, bobbing up and down while the Doctor's sonicking the lock outside. It's just really silly.
It's Terry Nation physics. It's space physics.
Yeah, it is space physics.
Okay,
anyway.
I think it's less irritating. But
yeah, it's not that big a deal.
Anyway, now the Doctor stops Rose from dying, but she's trapped in the room, she can't get out.
For now, anyway. For now. So now they need to go back to the engine room.
So Doc and Jabe go back to talk to everyone in the main room.
Oh, is that it? Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
And the neo-Nazi skinhead accuses Jack Harkness of basically intending to kill them all.
Yeah, but the Doctor has the spider from the Stompy Galaxy Quest killing room with him. He's reprogrammed it.
And he goes, "I'm your master," and they go to the Gooseberries.
Yep. But it turns out the Gooseberries are nothing but androids.
Then the spider goes over to Cassie.
Yeah, Cassie, the laminated human. Bada bing, bada boom. She teleports the shit out of Dodge.
But the surgeons who are maintaining Cassandra hold everyone off by threatening to garden spray them with acid.
With acid from a thing that normally dispenses moisturizing cream. Which is amazing.
It's amazing.
At some point, considering Cassie is a total B-word, at some point, one of these dudes must have been so tempted to just spray her with acid instead of moisturizing cream.
But anyway, it turns out that Cassandra actually runs a load of corporations and she's intended to buy all these people out when they die. Yeah. And then teleports off the station.
Yeah. Leaving everyone to blow up. Yeah, because... Oh, actually, this is something that we failed to mention before. So the sun should actually have exploded, or expanded and exploded, ages ago.
Yeah.
And the Earth should have died along with it. Yeah. But But whatever corporation owns the Earth or this solar system or whatever has been keeping it from expanding. But at this point, the money's run out, and now they're like, it's timed. They know exactly when Earth Death is going to occur. Yeah, and normally the space station Crucifix Space Vagina Babylon 5 copy has a shield which protects it from this blast, but the Minority Report spiders have disabled the shield on the other side of the Stompy Galaxy Quest room, and thus they are now going to die along with the Earth.
Yeah, because Cassie teleports off, all the spiders blow up, and all the shields go.
Yeah.
So,
let's go to the Stompy room.
The Doctor goes back to put the shields back on.
Yeah.
Back in the strange
room of ventilated death.
Long story short, Jabe has to hold down a switch.
Because there's just a switch on the wrong side of the room that you need to press down constantly.
But because the fans are off, it becomes very hot, which means the Doctor gets halfway through the fans before Jabe spontaneously combusts.
Literally my note. Jabe, the tree babe, spontaneously combusts.
Right, so Jabe has now spontaneously combusted, and the Doctor is in between all the fans. Fans speed up to normal level.
Which is crazy fast.
And then he Time Lord throughs the final blade.
Yeah.
Now,
really weird moment.
There are two spheres of thought on this.
Okay.
Number one is, what the fuck? Number two is, he's done something similar before.
Oh, okay.
John Pertwee in Invasion of the Dinosaurs, and John Pertwee in The Time Monster was both shown to be able to move in an area where time was moving much, much slower. He was able to move at normal speed.
Okay.
Which indicates that he has some sort of perception outside of linear time.
Yeah.
So he might be able to move between the blades of fan. Because it's been shown in Doctor Who before, so many years ago, in 1971, I have no problem with it occurring here. But a lot of people say,
I don't have a problem with it. I think it fits perfectly well, even though I had no idea about the Pertwee thing. I think it fits perfectly well. He's a Time Lord. It did, however, like the way it was presented, it was a little bit of a surprise to me, and I got very clear Star Trek Insurrection vibes.
Valid point. Anyway, Doctor stays dead.
Yeah, goes back to the reception room where, conveniently, Rose has turned up in a torn post-apocalyptic, whatever outfit. Looks so hot. Incredibly sexy.
And the Doctor teleports Cassandra back.
Yeah, but let's just make a point of saying that the way he does this is dumb. Cassandra brought aboard the spaceship, or space station, the last ostrich egg in existence.
Which would, if it hatched, be a 50-foot fire-breathing dragon.
Oh, yeah. Clearly 5 billion years into the future, the
ostriches are a very different thing.
Yeah. That's one way of putting it. Anyway, the Doctor cracks the egg because he assumes, there must have been some kind of teleportation device nearby. So it is true, it's inside the egg. What if he had been wrong, by the way? That's wow, the last ostrich egg ever? Gone. Anyway, inside this little machine, and he goes, and I quote, "If you're as clever as me, the teleportation field can be reversed." But here's the thing, all that's required is actually just to twist the knob on it. That's it. He just turns it upside down. That's the level of cleverness that is required.
Even Rose could have done that.
Anyone could have done that. That pisses me off.
Cassie arrives back.
Yes, she does. However, sans moisturizers.
And basically she's drying out because, bear in mind, it's had 5,000 degree heat through the station, the fans have been turned off.
Yeah.
And then she explodes.
Which is awesome. A nice gory moment. This is another thing that isn't necessarily child-friendly.
No, she explodes.
Yeah.
So, basically, the Doc and Rose have a nice moment watching the end of the world.
Yeah.
And then they go through the TARDIS doors and then immediately come out of the TARDIS again in London.
Yeah.
Back home.
Quote-unquote present day.
Rose wants some chips.
She does. And it's a very nice moment because it's sort of reassuring her, don't worry about it. Your time still exists. Your loved ones are not gone. Just because we go 5 billion years into the future, it's fine. They're still here. It's okay.
So, do you want to stay now you've known how dangerous it is, or do you want to come with me?
Yeah.
And
let's have some chips and then let's go.
He says that he is the last survivor of his race.
Yeah, exactly. He says his planet blew up in the war.
That is the end of the World.
Pretty amazing.
Reviews, and I believe it's you first.
It is my turn.
Reviews.
Holy Jesus balls, what a step up from Rose, okay? I wasn't a huge fan of Rose. End of the World, fantastic episode. Really fantastic episode. We get so many characters. We get the Face of Bo. I get that at this point the Face of Bo meant nothing, sort of. But right now, the Face of Bo means so much. It's so nice to see him there. We get a Bad Wolf reference. We get action and adventure and suspense. We get the End of the World. Those are all plus points. Oh, and we get amazing special effects. Just a kick-ass episode. Like the kind of episode that gives you not just visual and adrenaline-wise satisfaction, it also gives you emotional satisfaction because you get to know Rose a bit better. The dynamic between Rose and the Doctor is like just furthered. It's developed properly, and we now see how they work together. And she, having seen both sides of it, she's been on Earth with him, she's been in the future with him, in space. She now volunteers. I know what I'm in for. I still want to carry on this adventure. This is not like the end of Rose, mind you, where she goes, yeah, I want to do this because it's a cool opportunity. No. This is, I've seen the really shitty side of this adventure, but I still want to be on it because it's much better than staying around in London. Awesome. That's great. These are all plus points. Here are some negative points. What the fuck, man? There's a stompy room. There's a well-ventilated killing room of death. It's a terrible thing. That should not have been in there. Absolutely not. I know you're not as annoyed by this as I am, but the sun thingy that almost fries the top of, like, whatever Rose's bleach blonde tips kind of annoyed me a little bit. Not that much, but it annoyed me still. Not enough to give this episode a bad mark. I'm giving this, for lack of psychological depth, for lack of profundity, I'm giving this episode 3.5. I'm giving this a 3.5. Bingo. There you go. Your turn.
It is a step up from us.
Yeah.
But my step up is slightly less because I actually thought Rose was better.
Yeah, you gave it a 3.5.
I gave it a 3.5. I have to mark this down for the Stompy room.
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
That is so dumb.
The special effects are brilliant. The acting is very well done. Yasmin Bannerman, Zoe Wanamaker, superb. I always come back to the Stompy room as the worst thing ever. I cannot stress how stupid it is. Nice to see Camille Kaduri, even in a little cameo, because normally when the Doctor goes off with a companion, that's it. Gone. Forever.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
But this, we have Camille Kaduri, and as we will find out in 2 episodes' time, we will continue to have much more Camille Kaduri as Jackie. And, of course, Mickey will come back, which you discussed. It's not brilliant. It is not a brilliant episode. You know, it is not Dalek. It is not Turn Left. It's not The Sound of Drums. But what it is watching it immediately after Rose, or the week after Rose, and seeing aliens done properly, not just people in vague latex and bubble wrap, like Classic Who. It instantly gets more points purely for that factor. So
it does have some pretty naff alien costumes as well.
No, not compared to the Wirren, right? Let us look at the Wirren from the Ark in Space, which is bubble wrap, sprayed green, wrapped around a man, who then caterpillars across the floor.
Fine, but
once you consider that, right, my review, once you consider that...
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off.
Right?
Yeah.
This has incredibly good aliens.
Yes, it does, definitely. But eaglehead dudes...
who don't actually speak in the episode.
Exactly, for a reason, because their outfits are not elaborate enough, I think.
End of the World, as a second episode, is very good. And if we compare it to the second episode of Classic Who, which was the Daleks, this does the same job. It introduces aliens, it introduces the companions to a completely different sphere that they've not been in before, and I think it does just as good job. So my score for The End of the World is a 3.7.
Nice!
And we will continue probably to be fairly close until we get to Donna Noble.
Yep. Spoiler alert, people.
At which point, your hatred for Catherine Tate will mean that I mark this season instantly higher than you do.
I don't hate Catherine Tate, because, frankly, I don't know Catherine Tate outside of the role of Donna Noble.
No, but what, Catherine...
holy shit, Donna Noble pisses me off.
If you're listening to this podcast, Catherine, I think, as Donna Noble, you did a really good job. Turn Left is my single most favourite episode of New Who. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you for being Donna Noble.
Listener minis.
Surprise, surprise. Guess who we have this time?
Davis!
Correct!
And if you are not Davis, you can follow Davis on Twitter. He is at ShrubThe.
All in one word. Hey Davis, thank you very much for sending in your review.
Right, The End of the World. I actually love this story. I'm not sure how many people do, but looking back on it, it perfectly represents what Doctor Who is. Time travel, aliens, and saving everyone.
He goes on, this episode has so many diverse aliens, it's hard not to be amazed. In fact, it's one of few episodes where the supporting cast doesn't include anyone who looks like a human. I know Lady Cassandra is supposed to be a human, but she doesn't look anything like one. Also, this episode is one of the more humorous episodes of the Ninth Doctor's tragically short run.
One line that really stands out is the traditional ballad on an iPod, when in reality Britney Spears was playing on a jukebox. Also, it introduces the Time War for the first time.
Overall, this episode was fantastic. I'm so original. I like this episode more than I like Rose. It wasn't quite as awe-inspiring as the first episode, though, because it wasn't the first episode I had ever seen. So I'm rating it at a 3.8.
Go Davis. However, I need to give it a bonus point for introducing the Time War, so my final score is a 3.9.
Bada bing.
Thank you very much, Davis.
Yeah,
and
well done.
Yeah, this is great. I think we all agree that this is around about this score.
Yeah.
And,
Davis, dude, you are like mega on the ball.
Yeah, and we are completely with you on this one. And spoilers for when we do The Unquiet Dead, I totally agree with you on the next one as well. So, Davis, thank you for sending in your review. And please follow him on Twitter.
Yeah, please do. And everyone else, please send in your own reviews as well.
So, and this has been our review of The End of the World. Now, if you are not this gentleman, you can follow him on Twitter.
Yes, you can.
At Ponkin.
That's me.
And you can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Marius Kane.
That's Kane with a K.
Please subscribe and rate on iTunes.
And like us on Facebook. That's facebook.com/whobackwhen.
You can go to Reddit, which is /r/whobackwhen. Or if you use Google+, why are you using it?
Congratulations, you're one of probably 8 people on the planet.
Join us next week when we will be reviewing the Charles Dickens spectacular of The Unquiet Dead. This has been Who Back When, a Doctor Who podcast.
Be around and excellent to each other. Ciao, ciao.